I need to do. Oh, what if I didn't do that the last time? I didn't do that the last time.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Oh, girl, you ain't looking cute.
All right, we setting a timer.
All right, what we doing? Oh, shoot, my watch stopped.
All right, 5, 4. Okay. Hey. Welcome back. Second episode of what's the name of the show?
Candace P and the
No, it's not.
Oh, Making Up with Friends. And it's Candace P and the T.
And the T.
And the T.
We gotta start that over.
Blooper.
Okay.
No name of the
Hey. It's Candace P and the T.
And the T.
Welcome back to the second episode of Making Up with Friends. Just two friends, two cousins,
right?
Sitting here just talking to you guys about life. Nothing major.
Nothing.
No fun.
Yeah, but one.
But not
Not
right
not
now.
today. Not today. Not the TH.
Oh, but what's going on with you, girl?
You know, not much. I'm just cute or whatever. Girl.
But no, I know one thing that we wanted to come on here and talk about. It's boundaries. We're just going to jump right into it. This is going to be a couple parts to it. Don't know how many just yet.
Mm-hmm.
But boundaries. Everybody's boundary is different.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so my boundary is going to be completely different than yours.
Right.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's what people have to accept too. That's a part of understanding boundaries.
Yeah.
Respecting other people's boundaries and accepting it. So what I may allow, the other person may not. And I have to be okay with that.
Right.
I think so many times because people get attachments and they say, oh, I love you, or I want to be around you, or what's yours is mine.
Mm-hmm.
They can take advantage of it and don't even consider the fact that, oh, I may be crossing boundaries.
Right.
I know I had done it and I'm going to probably continue to do it, but it's not intentionally.
Right.
But,
and I mean, we're all human.
Yeah, but it's definitely
we're all
something
going to do it at some point in time. Right. But it's one thing to not know someone's boundaries and be crossing them versus somebody telling you what their boundaries are and still continue to do
it. Yeah. That's what you say, habitual
line stepper. That's it. Charlie Murphy. Habitual line stepper.
Like, I can't deal with those type of people
because it then becomes disrespectful.
Yeah,
it's one thing if you are overstepping boundaries that you never knew about, but then once I come to you and I say, look, this is a boundary,
right?
Please stop. Whatever, respect it. Yeah, but you still are going to cross that. Then no, that's completely disrespectful.
And that's the thing that I take. Like, I think everything is disrespect. Like, if I tell you that, like, no, you're disrespecting me and you're doing, and I'm thinking, I'm definitely taking it personal.
Yeah.
Especially if I've told you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, you know, I think it's okay to set boundaries with everybody in your life, your parents, your children, your spouse, your coworkers, your boss. Everybody has a boundary.
Yeah, you can have home boundaries, work boundaries, family boundaries. It doesn't matter.
Tell work my boundaries.
Yeah, I mean, because I mean, like for instance, you may not say no at home, but you have to say no at work. Yeah. You know, that's a boundary of yours that you have.
Yeah.
You know, but I think when it comes to a friend, you know, and you can be open and honest about your boundaries. If you're my friend, then we should be able to respect each other's boundaries. Talk about it and be comfortable saying you've overstepped my boundaries.
Now, do you have a problem if, like, say you were telling me about your boundaries and you're like, I don't like X, Y, Z. Do you have a problem with someone asking you why you have that boundary? Or,
no.
Okay.
Because I really feel like sometimes you have to explain those things to somebody for them to try to understand why you have these boundaries. And then even more so, they want to respect it even more because they're understanding where you're coming from. They're, you know, they're being more conscious and aware. Yeah. You know, so no, I don't have a problem with explaining it.
Okay.
Because I mean, if I say, just because that's my boundary.
Right.
Well, then, why I don't respect that? Me personally, I feel like you don't read it.
Respect.
I mean, I personally, I'm just saying, not that I wouldn't respect it, but I would personally be like, so I'm just not doing it because you said not to do it?
That's dumb.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
We ain't friends no more. I hung up the phone on that bitch.
Goodbye. See you later. But no, I think sometimes it does cause for an explanation. Like, take for instance, me and you have already talked about it off air, but don't pop up at my house. Like, that's not allowed. I don't care who you are, parent, grandmother, I don't care. You don't have that access to me. I don't want that. I don't give you permission to have that type of access to me.
No.
I barely, like, even when Brandon opened the door with his key, I'm like, who is this in my house?
Oh, you got a key. All right.
I guess I gotta let you in.
No, I mean, but I mean, yeah, because like my mother, she'll always call and say like, you home? Because I'm in the area. I'm gonna stop by in 5 minutes. Are you home?
Right.
You know, my boyfriend, he has a code. I don't care if he comes in, but like he doesn't even just come in.
Right.
You know, like he understands, okay, even though, we're together or whatever, that's still your space.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's what some people just don't understand. Like, you know, home to me is where I want to be safe. I want to be the most comfortable.
It's supposed to be.
You're
dropping your boundaries.
Dropping my boundaries, and my walls are down.
Yeah,
and when I can't be that way, it's very frustrating. Right. For someone to come and disrespect that boundary, I'm just like, I don't process it. I'm like, what made you think that was okay? Prime example, I was living in North Carolina, and I would leave my blinds open during the day. That was like something that my husband hated me doing. But like during the day, I want sunlight. Yeah. I had the door open.
Light up the whole room.
I literally was sitting on the couch, and a friend came, didn't call me, just showed up. I saw them pulling in the complex and everything, and I'm like, I know they not coming to my house. I'm still on the couch. My dog's barking. They excited to see this person. And I literally looked at them through the window, and they like, come on, man, open the door. And I'm like, you didn't call.
You didn't call.
So that means that you're not coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you see me. I see you. You're not coming in.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I did that with somebody, family member. And she just popped up at the door, and I just walked on by it because I'm like, oh, let me, and I walked by and I looked at my phone and said, let me check. Did they call? Ain't no call.
No
Ain't
call.
No text. Oh, well, you weren't coming then.
Exactly.
You weren't coming over. And then after they left, I called them. I said, oh, I didn't know you were coming over. It's fine if you would like to come over, but call me.
Exactly.
To see if I'm home.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you don't know what a person is doing in their home. Right. And you just popping up and don't have no key or nowadays no keypad code or whatever.
I'm not
and you still trying to pop up. You know, no, you don't do that. You don't just, I mean, shoot, my man could be home.
Right. Or you could have the house to yourself. This is your space. And, you know, you just want that alone time because you are a mom.
Right.
And you work full time and you do everything else in this world. And so many other heads to be put on. And it's just like, you know, I just respect it. And I know some people who don't have many boundaries, they're like, well, I don't view it like that. And some people may get a little petty or upset at you because you set a boundary with them and they don't have many boundaries.
And that's okay. It's okay if you don't view it like that. That's not your boundary.
Yeah.
That's my boundary.
Right.
And you don't know people's histories.
Exactly.
Like because I mean, I have someone that is a little out of control. And so I make sure at a certain time, both of my locks are locked. And, you know, my alarm is on.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if that person is going to pop up on me.
Exactly.
You know, and I don't, you know, you never know what some people like that what they're thinking in their mind or whatever. So you need to be safe. And I'm a single mother.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm being safe. So don't just come up to my house and, turn the doorknob and whatever you might be doing. Even if you do come, stay in your car.
Yeah.
And call me.
And make
say,
sure
hey,
it's okay.
Is it okay if I come by? Because I was in the area.
Right.
Sit in your car in 5 minutes. You in the area.
Yeah. Like, I don't even do that to my mom. I'm like,
neither.
Are you home? But like me being a person of being a victim, or I guess survivor of a home invasion, like that's what triggers me. And I'm like, listen, I don't want to be in that space where I'm like, is it fight or flight? I don't want to. I don't want that in my home. Granted, anything can happen.
Right.
Crimes happen every day. Yeah. Different situations happen where you're put in something where you're uncomfortable. I know with me before, because I'm a yes person, I'm like, if I care and I love it and I love you, yes, I'll do it. But I had to establish those boundaries. It's like, no,
you have to say no.
Can't. I don't want to. Not, and it's more of the fact of not that I can't do it. I don't want to do it.
I did it because I love you, but no, because then not knowing, they sort of take advantage of you.
I think people know though.
Okay, I was trying to be nice. They know. They fucking know. They know it's in advantage.
I think people
know.
I'm
gonna call so because she'll do it.
Yeah. I think people know. Like when I started putting my foot down with like family members and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, I was like the worst person in the world. I'm like, listen, and like, and I couldn't believe how much kickback I got, or pushback that I got. I'm like, this isn't you. You asked me a question, I gave you an answer, and I'm sticking to that.
Right.
Why take it personal?
They expect you to change your mind.
Yeah.
They expect you to change
like I used to, like I normally would.
Okay, all right, fine.
Yeah. Like if you hound me enough, I'll just be like, you know what, let's just get it done.
All right, fine.
But now I'm like, no, I don't want to, especially if it's my weekend and it's my time to be
right. But
doing whatever I want to
right.
do.
You have that right to say no and to have that time to yourself, just like anybody else.
Some people, and I love them to death, just think that my weekends, my time, and it's not that I'm not trying to talk about anybody. I'm not saying that they are bad people because they're doing it. I know genuinely, like for instance, my grandma. That, she's one of the ones I had to be like, listen, every weekend, I'm sorry, I can't be here.
Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah, I want to. But
I want to so much, but I also cannot, because sometimes I just want to be in my house and I don't want to. And my pet peeve is going over somebody else's house. Like I'm always over your house, but it's a pet peeve of mine. Like I do it because when I want to see you, I want to spend time with you, and my son loves playing with your son. But I'm like, it's a pet peeve of mine. I'm like, I don't want to go over nobody else's house.
Then don't come over no more.
Fine. I set a boundary.
Then don't come over no more.
Fine. I set a boundary.
Look, but
I do it because I know I want to,
and the house that everybody comes to.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because I live none of my friends live over here. Like nobody lives over here.
If
everybody lives 30 minutes away.
Would move.
I know. I'm not moving because I love my neighborhood and everything. But the thing is, I feel bad because I'm the one that's so far. Everybody else is within 5 or 10 minutes of each other. And I'm 30, 35 minutes away. But I don't have a problem driving to everybody else, right? But because I have more space to run around, and and it's more space for all of our kids to run around. Nobody is on top of each other, right? So it's like, even though I don't mind, taking the drive, everybody wants to come here, but that doesn't mean I always yes, I look forward to us getting together on Fridays and stuff. But sometimes I don't want everybody to come.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, I just want my best friend to come. Yeah. I just want Candace to come. But then everybody comes because we all talk. Yeah. We all talk. Yeah. So and then everybody just shows up and they comment. I'm like, oh yeah, great. And I had in the moment, I'm having a great time. Right. But it's like I don't always want everybody to come.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Like, you should not feel away because you don't want everybody in your personal space. Yes, right. This house is big, and yes, this is enough space for everybody. But at the end of the day, this is your personal domain.
It is. And sometimes I'm like, on Friday, I just want to sit down. And I just want to kick my feet up.
Yeah.
Have a glass of wine to myself.
Yeah.
Watch a movie that I've never seen before.
Oh, see now.
And not be bothered with anybody.
And that's completely fine too. But that's a part of me. I feel like, okay, one, you saving me a drive. Two.
But I love entertaining people. That's the thing. I'm very much I want company person.
See, no, sometimes I want company. And then I'd be like, no, because as soon as they get here, I'm going to be exhausted. Like,
see, I'm not, because I'm so type A. I'm all
my anxiety will be like so freaking high, and I'm
not. I want. Well, yeah, my anxiety will be high, but I love that people are here. I like to entertain. That's the thing. I like cooking for people because I'm always cooking. I'm always cooking. Yeah. You know, I like to cook for people. I like the conversation. I'm very much an entertainer. Very much so. Yeah. Even like during Christmas, my family was here. And I have a bar downstairs. And who's the bartender?
No. I offered to be the bartender on New Year's. And you're like, no.
I love being bartender. You know why? The bartender get all the conversation. Bartender get all of it. And I'll be right there. I'm like, what?
I just came for the tips. I said if I was going to be the bartender.
You know what though? I remembered that because I wasn't smart enough to have a tip cup. My tips was all the gossip. I was too busy trying to listen to everybody's conversation.
Oh my God.
But again, I've even though I don't say no very often, there's times where I'm like, I need to take a break from you, or I need to take a break from Lauren, or I need to take a break from so and so. But I want everybody else to come.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't feel bad about it.
You shouldn't.
I don't, because sometimes we do have to take a break from certain people.
Yeah, I just don't. I just for the life of me, I just don't understand it. But set your boundaries. You are old.
That's because people don't take breaks from me. I take breaks from them because I don't allow you to take a break.
You are old. Your boundary, like that's your birthright.
Yeah,
a part of your birthright, having your boundaries,
and we all have to respect
to establish those boundaries with other people,
right? And not feel bad about it. I mean, if you're my friend, if I'm your friend, I have to be understanding. There's a reason why we're friends, and that's part of a friendship.
Yeah.
So I have to be understanding and respectful of you as a person, and your boundaries.
Absolutely.
And even if you say, well, that's not a boundary of mine, okay, cool, I'm gonna show up to your house then. You don't have no boundaries.
Right.
But don't do that to me.
Yeah. But see, I'm the type where I wouldn't do it to the other person because I wouldn't want it done to me.
Me either.
And it's like the smallest things. Like, I'm just that way. I just always have been like, listen, I don't want you to even think that that's a possibility that you can do with me. My problem is with people, especially people who don't know me. When they first meet me, I think people think that I'm nice. I'm a nice person, but they also think that I'm a little gullible because maybe I am nice. Yeah. And so I have to establish that very quickly with people, and people get it anyway. By the time I start talking, like, oh no.
But see, I don't think I look nice. I don't look nice.
No, you got a resting face.
So I was about to say I have a very resting, serious face any time of day. I don't look nice at all. So people don't just come up to me. But when I start talking,
no, people like this. I think people will seem like I'm very nice, and granted, I am nice, but I don't like small talk. Right. I don't like that. It makes me truly uncomfortable. Like, if you want something and you have a question about something, be direct. Don't do all this. Oh, it's a nice day today, and blah blah. No.
Yeah.
Because the first thing I'm gonna say, how can I help you?
Look, we need to be together in a conversation.
You be the backup. How can I help you?
Like,
because I'm like, what is all of like? I don't like to be uncomfortable. Right. What is all of this stuff making me uncomfortable? hurry up, say what it is, and go.
I totally. But if we were standing next to each other and two people came up, it would work perfectly because I have the resting bitch face and you have the nice face. Yeah. You know, a nice person talking to you, I'll just answer their questions.
And you know what? I'm just thinking of it because I'm like, I naturally say it, and it bugs me. I naturally say hello to anybody that I'm walking past.
That's in my head, that's a respect thing. Yeah. If I make eye contact with you, I'm not just going to ignore the fact that I made eye contact.
But it gets on my nerves.
I know, but it's like one of those things that I'm trying to teach Julius. Just speaking. And like I told him, I know. I told him whenever he enters a room, I don't care if it's empty. Say hello.
Okay.
So even if it's me here and I'm in the living room and he comes out of his room, I'd be like, and he'd be like, "Hey, man, hello." I don't know if you heard that sound like him.
No, now I would listen. No, he did say it a couple times.
And you said it like 3 times already. Because you were like, no, not you, because you said like 3 times already.
It was like I did say.
Because I'm really working on him. Both my kids are freaking rude. They don't get it from me. But not the speaking thing. Because I speak. I'll walk in the room and know nobody. I'll be like, hi, how y'all doing?
That's one thing I would be like, how y'all doing?
Everybody. Yeah, but like that's something I'm trying to teach him is to come into the room and
say hello.
And I actually explained it to him. I said, first of all, you talk low. Talk loud. I don't care if you're yelling at me. You need to talk loud because you want your presence to be known. Yeah. When you're speaking, when you walk in the room, your presence is known. But don't just speak loud enough, but all the room to hear you. Yeah. Because I said, what if the next president was walking up to you and you like, hello.
You're not gonna walk
right over you. And I said, you could have met the next president. And he just missed you. You have to be, you have to speak up for yourself. Say hello.
But you know what? I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead. I always say that when I cuss somebody else. But I look at it like, like the food chain. Like, if you come in with the presence of, I'm not saying you have to fill the room and be the main event in the room and everybody got to be glued to what you're saying. But when you come in, you establish a presence about yourself.
Right.
And one thing, the reason why I say hello to everybody is because of the simple fact that, like you said, it's respect. Like I at work, it gets on my nerves because I'm like, this one lady, I could not stand her. She would always try to steal my parking spot, and she know who she is. Every day.
And don't say nothing.
Like literally, if I missed the light or if I was like 2 minutes, it would be like literally 2 minutes, less than 5 minutes. She would get my parking spot and she would wait in her car until I got there and look at me. Yes. And look at me and then get out her car and then go in the building.
She like this. I got your shit.
Yes. But people do stuff like that. They do passive aggressive things like that.
Yeah.
And I always catch it. So sorry, because it's funny. But so every time that I would be in a hallway at work. This is of course pre-pandemic. Like I would go, hey, how you doing? Hey, but not even really seeing a person, and it would burn me up inside. And I know she heard me one time because I kept saying like, hey, how you doing? I was like, shit, I didn't mean to talk to her. Like I was so mad, and I was like, next time I see her, I'm not saying nothing to her.
And then you like, hey, how you doing?
But that's just how I am. But I do think when you walk into a room, like that's you establishing your grounds with
make your presence
that you're not a pushover. A lot of stuff is said because I'm an observer. A lot of body language is said when you enter the room.
Yeah, that's what. First of all, that's your introduction to the entire room.
No matter if you say, hey, my name is.
I'm sorry, but if somebody just walk up in there and then I just look and I'm like, well, who the fuck is that?
Damn,
they rude. Yeah. They ain't say hello. Yeah. They ain't say I'm so and so. Like nothing.
Right. Yeah.
You know, that's the first instinct. That's your first instinct to think that this, and that could be a great person.
Yeah, they really could, but that's the tone that you're setting, maybe, and not intentionally, but that's what I had to work on with Graham too. Now he will, I think for the, no, because sometimes he come in here and don't say nothing to anybody, but until I say something to him. But, you know, I just think, especially with men, us raising boys into men, like, you know, I want my soon to be grown man to be a gentleman and upstanding and outstanding. Like, I want nobody to say anything bad about him.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think a part of being a man is like, you know, this is a dog-eat-dog world. Like, you want to establish your boundaries, because I don't want nobody punking you. Right. I don't want nobody to feel like they think they can disrespect you, because people are going to try.
They're going to try and walk over you.
Right. But I don't want that to be their initial thought. I want them to kind of think about it first.
Like, I don't know.
Like,
be like, so-and-so. You know? Yeah. But again, and then people think you shy. They don't. You know, they don't know you. Yeah.
But you know what I've heard? Although when I was dating before I got married, I went to this event with a friend, and we were just dating. And I come in, I say, "Hey, how y'all doing?" I come in the house, say hi to everybody in the room. I didn't go personally and shake everybody's hand, but I said, "Hi, everybody. I'm Candace." Because the person did not introduce me.
Now, I don't like that.
I didn't like that. I don't like that. I was pissed.
Because I'm like, I don't know nobody in here.
Yeah, and you know, I love our Black people, but people would be like, "Oh, well, who is this? Since you didn't introduce."
Oh, dang, you just bring somebody up in here.
Right. And I'm like, before we establish that.
And hold up though, but then the attitude carries over to you, and they like, and she ain't even saying nothing.
Yeah, like she rude too, you know? But so I went and said, "Hey, how's everybody doing? I'm Candace. Nice to meet everybody." Girl, they looked at me and was like, "Oh,
damn, they was just as rude as him."
Yes, and I was like, "Oh, okay," but I spoke. You know what I mean? So, then his mother, I met his mom and everything, because it was a family barbecue, and you know, she's asking all these questions, and I'm like, We're not there. You know, I'm here as a friend because I really want some barbecue and drink your beer. And I'm here for the food.
I'm here for the party.
For the free stuff.
And I just happen to know somebody that has one.
But, you know, and we still, I think she still follows me on Facebook, but we ended up following each other. And that's one thing that she always said about me. Even my mother-in-law, she said how I came in to her home. If I come over to your home and it's my first time over your home, I'm bringing something.
Oh yeah,
I and I think, and it's not to down people who don't do that, but that's just how I was raised. Yeah, you know, I'm bringing something to you. I'm asking questions to know what that person likes.
Yeah,
you know, so I know what to bring. Like I brought candles to people's homes, sometimes flowers. It just, you know, I just feel like you invited me into your home, and I appreciate it. So
inviting me.
There you go. You know, but that's a whole nother rabbit hole. But you know, that's a part of me saying I respect your boundaries. Yeah. I respect being in your home. I respect you. You know, I respect you as a person.
Thanks for inviting me.
Exactly. You know. So, you know, I just think we just got to be conscious about those things. Yeah. And if somebody brings it up to your attention, like, just listen for that and listen with a listening ear, not to respond. Because a lot of times that person is telling you, "Hey, you make me uncomfortable."
Right.
Or sometimes you hurt my feelings by doing this. And if you are just listening to react and to give a justification of why, you're not listening to the need of that person.
And you don't have to agree with what, you know, exactly what they're saying or whatever. You may not have intended to do something, but if they said, "But you hurt my feelings." Yeah. But you crossed these boundaries.
I did not like this.
Oh, I apologize. That wasn't my intention.
Right.
You know, and keep it moving. But you have to keep in mind what you did. Right. You have to keep in mind the boundaries you crossed, so you don't do them again, because they've already expressed to you, like, this made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I feel like once I tell you that, and after that, if you do it again, then that's something conscious that you're doing. It may not be the reality of the situation, but it's just that person has already told you, and they shouldn't have to tell you again.
Yeah.
So,
how can you continue repeatedly doing
exactly
and act like you didn't know?
Because then we're gonna really have a problem.
Yeah, unless you're just stupid.
Maybe you're stupid.
So
that's how we gonna end the show.
Wrapping that
maybe
one
you're
up.
Stupid.
We're wrapping that one up.
We gotta get a t-shirt like that.
Maybe
you're stupid. But it's been a great episode. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Second episode of the year. It's more for us to come.
Yes.
It's gonna be epic. And thank you for joining.
Thank you.
It's Candace P.
And the T.
And we're making up with friends. See you later. Y'all.